Alright guys, welcome back. I apologize on the shortage of videos. We farm here, well I farm here part-time. So with harvest season around the corner, I've been with my family about 60 to 70 hours a week, and it's going to get even busier here once we start combining. So my family got all of our silage done. We're finishing up our last cutting of hay, and then we're going to take off and go combining. So I've been really busy. These videos fall obviously on the back burner, but show you guys a little bit what's going on. I got the sweet corn planter. We're cleaning out the seed meters and such, making sure it's ready for winter, making sure they're all clean, cleaning out any sort of fertilizer, any sort of dust, anything that's inside this planter. I've already oiled the chains and such and gave it a wash so I can put it away for the winter. So basically all I'm doing is popping these seed discs or seed meters off the boxes, which is just 2 half-inch bolts. Then popping these covers off, cleaning out the insides. The brushes and everything should be good. That all got emptied out. This planter was inside, well, covered up, but we got 3.5 inches of pouring rain 2 nights ago, and it soaked everything. So there's some grime in a few of these, but we're just cleaning them out, making sure everything's clean to go away for the winter. So, got all these back together. Next we'll have to clean out these boxes, which I'm gonna do another night because the camera makes it look a lot lighter than it is. And I wanna make sure I do a good job for the winter. That being said, I'm gonna insert a few clips of my family doing some hay, our 5th cutting. This is all getting chopped for feed for our heifers, for replacement heifers for our dairy. So I'll insert some clips here and catch up back with you when they're done. The old girl's still sitting, still hoping there's gonna be some truck vlogs coming. But hopefully haul some soybeans into the co-op for the neighbor. Flowers, I was late on the flower season, so I only hauled like 1 load of flowers in. But we got soybean season coming, and hopefully she'll be put to work, and then maybe hauling some corn for the family after that. Before the hay dries off enough, we're gonna haul a few loads of manure out of the family's farm. We got 5 pits stationed around the farm that are underground that we scrape into. So let's load this truck up and head out to the field. Backed up to the chute here. This pit holds, I want to say 150,000 gallons. We're going to agitate it for a few minutes first. All this is pretty old, and it sits in manure, and all it gets manure gas, so she's a little rusty. Close that up. The switch, and she's agitating. Scraping in more honey for me to haul. These 2 groups are headed for the parlor or headed back. So just one constant rotation. We milk 24 hours a day at our farm. Adding fresh bedding in as they do every day. Fresh bedding and limed to disinfect, and then clean bedding for the cows. So we were supposed to go to the field today, but other truck driver went home for one reason or another. I won't get into that. So now I'm just gonna go. We have satellite pits. This is all manure. We got 3 satellite pits on our farm, which means we do have to haul it twice, so it sucks, but it is a nice backup for over the winter when we can't haul manure, or when the fields are wet, or other things. So we're just gonna haul a few loads into here to get the dairy low enough to make it through the weekend. kind of hauling manure is pretty boring and monotonous, but it has to be done. And normally I turn on some good music and just zone out, and makes the day go by, but I don't mind it. So at our farm, this barn in the early 80s, if you can see how tilted it was an experimental barn for Michigan State University. They wanted to test if you could dump water at one end and it would run over the manure and push all the manure down to the middle where it would fall into a pit. What they learned from this experiment is they built the barn too sloped, so the water runs right over the manure and doesn't actually push anything. So sometimes college experiments don't go how you want it to. This will be our 5th and last cutting. There's just enough out here that we didn't want to just cut it and leave it. And we got another week of 70 degrees and sun out, so we're hoping to get some regrowth before winter. So we're gonna take what little bit there is out here and put it on our pile for our replacement heifers. I get to drive the old Pepsi truck today in all of her glory. But not a bad view. There's not much out here for a 5th cutting. What is out here is very high quality hay, but there's just too much feed out here to let overwinter. So, and like I said, we got 10 days of 70 and sun. We just got 4 inches of rain, so we should get some regrowth and be set for the winter. So yeah, what is here is really nice stuff for heifers. I don't have a whole lot of content at home, but we're hauling our beef barn manure right now. So I'm gonna take a few videos of this, give you guys something to look at, extend the video a little bit, you know, YouTube algorithm likes that. So this is the rig. Got 12,000 gallons of double tanker here. 410 horsepower for 9410R. John Deere pulling it. 12,000 gallons at a time, gets the job done pretty quick. Kind of a pain in the butt to back up from all the way around that corner over there down. If you've never backed up doubles, you understand it's a little easier with an articulate tractor, but we're getting her done. So this is what the back of the machine looks like. We got tines to kind of indent the earth so the manure stays still, and it just flows out of these tubes through the pump, through this tube, through this manifold, and then this cuts it by the ground. So this is the oldest barn on the farm. We've got slatted floors with a pit underneath, 8-foot pits. So we hold about 300 head of cattle in here throughout the year. So about twice a year we gotta pump these pits. But that's all bed packed, so we haul that out with manure spreaders. But this has to be tanked out through a pump.
So, as with any manure haul, and it's pretty monotonous, not a whole lot to it, kind of dirty. Chugging along at about 4 miles an hour. Putting on, goal is 10,000 gallons an acre. But yeah, it all changes with, everything changes with the liquidity of the manure as well as the nutrient value. I'm running those spikes down. They put about 2-3 inch holes every 6 inches or so to prevent the manure from running anywhere. It also does a good job of pushing any standing corn stalks onto the ground to help them rot. And then we cover it with manure, which obviously helps stalks rot too. So hopefully all these stalks will be good and decomposed by the time we go to work ground in the spring, or even later this fall, as long as we don't get too much rain, which in Michigan is fairly common. The biggest problem with this whole rig is with how long it is from up there in the seat. I can't see the fill pipe when I'm backing up, so I gotta crank the tractor over at the last second so I can see when to stop. It'll do. This rig is what I would call a long boy. She's back there a ways, but she tracks pretty good. Well, that will be it for this pit. Shut her down and pull her out and move the cattle, I guess. You might look at this video and wonder, why is your hair wet? You got a different shirt on. It's a different hat. Well, the pit was empty and I opened the bottom outlet up, shut the tractor off, shut the hydraulics off. Apparently the bottom outlet wasn't all the way full or fully open. I unhooked the manure clamps and there was a fountain of manure. So I'm down a hat, went straight to the trash because it was old anyways and got covered in manure. Shirt was 50% covered in manure and that was an old shirt, so I threw that away. We have a shower in our shop and I just had to use it because I didn't even dare get back in the tractor. Half covered head to toe in manure. 10 years I've never had that happen.